You all are requested to kindly be seated, and please turn your cell phones to the silent so as to avoid disturbances during the proceedings. देवी और सज्जनों, बस कुछ ही अवधि में इस आयोजन का आरंभ होगा। आप सभी से अनुरोध है, कृपया बैठ जाएं और अपने मोबाइल फोन साइलेंट पर रखें। धन्यवाद। राष्ट्रगान के साथ इस समारोह का शुभारंभ होगा। We will commence with the national anthem. Kindly rise in its honor.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Jai Hind. Please be seated. A very good morning, everybody. Good morning. It gives me, Manasi, immense delight in extending a hearty welcome to all of you, especially all the esteemed dignitaries and all you distinguished guests who are present here in this fabulous atrium of NSE for this special event, listing of Tracxn Technologies Limited. NSE के इस शानदार एट्रियम में उपस्थित सभी का मैं मानसी तहदिल से स्वागत करती हूँ। We have with us Ms. Neha Singh, Chairperson and Managing Director, Tracxn Technologies Limited. Welcome, ma'am. Mr. Abhishek Goel, Vice Chairman and Executive Director, Tracxn Technologies Limited. Welcome to you, sir. Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Head, Corporate Finance, IIFL Securities Limited, which is the sole book running lead manager to the issue. Welcome to you. Ms. Rachna Bhusari, Head Listing Business Development, NSE. Welcome to you as well. भारतीय परंपरा के अनुसार दीप प्रज्वलित कर इस आयोजन का आरंभ करेंगे, उद्घाटन करेंगे. In keeping with the Indian tradition, the inauguration of this ceremony will be done by lighting the auspicious ceremonial lamp. And to do the honors, I request Ms. Neha Singh, Mr. Abhishek Goel, Mr. Prashant Chandra, who is the CFO, Mr. Amit Agarwal, COO, Mr. Neeraj Chopra, CTO, Mr. Bhaskar Sharma, CPO, and Ms. Megha Bhora, the CS of the company, along with Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, and of course, Madam Rachna Bhusari. Please, everyone, kindly step on the stage and gather around the lamp. Deepen lokan jayati, deepas tejomaya
महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव
lamp being lit. We can hear Sanskrit shlokas propitiating Lord Ganesha. I request all the dignitaries to kindly take their seats in the audience while I call upon Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Head, Corporate Finance, IIFL Securities Limited, for the opening address.
Thank you, Mansi. I think this is indeed an important occasion for, I think, Neha and Abhishek. I won't bore you with a big speech, but see, I have had the opportunity of working with the company over the past 18 months, and it's been a very pleasurable experience and an enriching experience as well. I think when I actually met the company sometime in around December 2020, Jan 2021, I think the first and most important thing which impressed me was the simplicity of the promoters and the passion in which they were running the business. I mean, we all know that Tracxn is one of the leading market intelligence providers in terms of at least companies profiled, with more than 1.8 million companies profiled as on date. There is a lot of niche expertise, particularly in the new sectors, where the company's coverage is unparalleled. I think what is very important and what has helped the company over in the last few years, and probably will do so in the foreseeable future, is the business is very simple, easy to understand. It throws cash, has negative working capital, and hardly has any capex. I think all of that impressed me, and I guess that will continue to be a hallmark of the company over the next few years. I think investors have seen that. The anchor book is available in the public domain. A lot of high quality investors actually invested in this IPO, comprising of domestic mutual funds, insurance companies, as well as foreign institutional investors. I think the overall subscription level in terms of applications was in excess of 80,000, and today Tracxn welcomes more than 20,000 shareholders in their fold. I think with that comes a lot of responsibility, but knowing Abhishek and Neha, I think they will fully be more than capable of living up to it. Over a period of time, more shareholders will come in, I think, and I'm sure they'll be able to take care of the interest of all of these parties. I would like to congratulate once again both of you, as well as Prashant, who put in a lot of hours, I think, along with the broader team, and I don't want to miss out any name, whether it's Sachin, Sailesh, and the others. But it's been a great experience, and thank you for giving me an opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya, for the initial cordial remarks and all the good and kind words for the company. I will now request Ms. Neha Singh, Chairperson and Managing Director of Tracxn Technologies Limited, to address this august gathering.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks to all the team members, our shareholders, as well as our partners who have worked with us for joining us today. As I stand at NSE today, reflecting on the journey we have had in the last decade and the journey we are about to embark on today, it gives me incredible excitement to see what all we've been able to achieve. Tracxn, the idea was born 12 years back, 2010, when we were private market investors at various venture capital funds. We realized how impactful this asset class was of private markets, but how little the information about it was available. Right? The essential idea of Tracxn was that if you look at public markets, it has created multiple large companies. And as private markets are becoming large and important, it will also create platforms like these. And can we build a global platform in this space? Many people have asked us that when is the first time we had thought about an India listing. So the answer is actually way back in 2013, when we were incorporating the company. Right? So interestingly, US was the first market that we started off with. And all our initial customers in terms of investors and corporates were all in the 10-mile vicinity of Stanford campus. But our headquartered has always been India. For two reasons. I think one of the reasons is that we always knew that India is going to be the core delivery hub for building a global data platform. And secondly, in this financial data space, you can actually create a very large and a profitable companies, which Indian public markets have typically liked. When I look back at the last decade, one of the key, most memorable events, I would say, was meeting Mr. Ratan Tata, explaining to him our business and what we do, and getting him as an investor in Tracxn. Obviously, it increased the sense of responsibility that we had, that now you have to work hard to create a large enterprise. In the last decade, another interesting thing to look at is also how the private markets have grown, right, across all these years. To give you an example, today the private market AUM has crossed $9 trillion globally. When we started in 2012, the total number of companies that crossed $1 billion in private market valuation globally were just over a dozen. And last year, that number was more than 500. So that's more than 40x increase in just this metric, right, in the private markets. When we started, the term unicorn actually did not exist. So the term unicorn actually got coined a year after we got started. And now, obviously, it is very widely used by not just investors, but also like our dear Prime Minister. So that is why I think we are very excited about this opportunity of building the company today. And we are among the top few global private market intelligence platforms, having customers in more than 50 countries. Our customers include some of the most well-respected venture capital funds, private equity funds, large corporates, including many Fortune 500 corporations today. Also, we are very excited to be among the first few venture-backed tech companies from Bangalore to be getting listed. Earlier, all the hubs of all the companies that have got listed in this space, are primarily from either Delhi or Mumbai HQ'd. Right? I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank all the people that are involved in making this journey possible, including our team members who are here. A big thanks to all. In addition, we also have 800 plus team members in Bangalore as well as some in other cities. Some of you are watching this live, so a big thanks to everyone who has contributed in this journey. In addition, also the partners that we have worked with in making this process possible, including our sole bankers, IIFL. We have had an amazing experience working with them. Our legal counsels, KCO, HLL, JSA, our auditors, PwC, our CS firm, MG Consulting, Lincoln Time, right? So we have had amazing set of partners who have made this also possible. And last but not the least, also the families of all our team members who've been incredible support behind the scenes in making this possible. Right? Today, I feel incredibly fortunate to get this opportunity to continue building Tracxn now as a publicly listed company. And it also gives us more sense of responsibility that we are now moving from just a handful of shareholders to much larger shareholder base, and we have to work harder to actually generate value for everyone now. Right? So it's a very important milestone in the history of the company, and more important to that, it's also a beginning of a new journey. So if you look at it, India has been a back office for many of the large global financial data platforms. Most of them are headquartered either in New York or in London. But our mission at Tracxn is to use the next decade to actually build a very iconic global data platform out of India. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am, for telling us about Tracxn Technologies Limited's journey, right from its establishment to current accomplishments, along with some major milestones along the way. I will now invite Mr. Abhishek Goel, Vice Chairman and Executive Director, Tracxn Technologies Limited, to address the audience.
Thank you, everyone. So today morning when I was starting, the first thing somebody asked me, how are you feeling today? So I think there are a lot of emotions. The biggest one is, I think, gratitude. Over the last 9 years, there's a lot of people who have worked with us day and night to make this happen. To all the employees, to all the families that helped them make this happen. I also wanted to thank people who have helped us in the listing process, our bankers, IIFL. They worked day in and day out for last 20 months and worked very aggressively. I wanted to thank PwC team. They have been partners with us for last 8 years now, and no qualification. More importantly, I think when we started the listing process, a lot of people advised us that it will take us 2 years just to get our internal processes in place. But when we started looking at it, we realized that within 3 months that everything is in order, and I think both internal finance team and partners had done a great job to make sure that we were always ready. I also wanted to thank our legal counsels, JLL, KCO, HLL, who sort of worked very hard. I remember through the year, I saw calls happening, mails happening at 2 a.m. and nobody sort of complained that we are working very hard. MG Consulting, during just before the filing, I remember they camping in our office and making sure that nothing is a bottleneck. So there's a lot of gratitude to all the people who made it happen. The second emotion that I feel today is a great sense of achievement. I think when we started this company, we always thought we'll make it into a public listed company. That was a dream come true for us. And we have been able to achieve in a very tough market. So there's a lot of sense of achievement. But the biggest emotion for me today is the sense of responsibility. In our private journey, we had the fortune of working with some of the most incredible investors, both individuals and funds. We had the blessings of Mr. Tata, Mr. Nandan Nilekani, Mr. Mohandas Pai, who backed us in our journey. Many global funds backed us, Elevation Capital, Sequoia Capital, Axel Partners, Prime Ventures, BNext. They all worked with us and made this happen. As we cross that path today, we now have more than 20,000 shareholders, and many more will join us in the future. I always grew up hearing stories about how people invested small amount of money in very large blue chip stocks of today, and that made it that was responsible for their kids going to school or their kids getting married. If 20 years down the road, if I meet people who say that we delivered similar results for them, that for me would be the dream come true. And that is the sense of responsibility and aspiration with which we are building this company from here on. Today is like being a cricketer, preparing all your life to play for national team and getting an opportunity to debut and represent India in an international frame. So it's a new beginning. It's a new beginning where everything is a lot more open to scrutiny, you are more answerable, your expectations are higher. And we sincerely hope we give everything we have and we are able to provide everything what it takes to succeed as a public company in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Goyal, for sharing your thoughts with all of us present here and all those watching us virtually. I will now invite Ms. Rachana Bhusari, Head Listing Business Development, NSE, to address us all on this highly joyous and equally significant occasion.
Ms. Neha Singh, Mr. Abhishek, Mr. Pinak, Mr. Nipun, and Mr. Prashant Chandra as well. Good morning and a very, very warm welcome to this auspicious occasion of listing ceremony of Tracxn Technologies Limited. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome a listed company into the family of our corporates. And today the pleasure is also multifold because I can completely echo the sentiments of Pinak where he said that I was impressed with the promoters' simplicity. I think when I went to their Bangalore office during the lockdown period, hardly any offices were open. I gave them an option, we'll come and we'll just have a virtual call with you. But they said, no, let's meet personally. Let's just understand. Let's see the positivity around, develop that positivity and see how to take it forward. So it was just, I think, 4 of them and 2 of us in the whole office. And we were really impressed with the kind of work that they were doing. So I'm very happy to see you actually be here today listed. It has been I would say, a very challenging journey from then till today. I wish you all the best in your journey forward as well. I'm sure you've already catered to high-profile investors. You already have met their expectations, and you understand your obligations much better as you go forward, and you'll be able to cater to the expectations of the large set of investors that have joined you during the IPO and as well as during this process of listing. Wishing you once again a very, very all the best to do not only in your business as well, but also onto the journey of capital markets. And once again, welcome you to this listing ceremony and this atrium of NSE to celebrate the listing ceremony of Tracxn Technologies. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachna ma'am, for extending your best wishes to the company. Time now, ladies and gentlemen, for the Memento presentation. I request Rachna ma'am to please present a memento as a congratulatory gesture to Ms. Neha Singh and Mr. Abhishek Goel. Can we have you two on the stage, please? Let us have a resounding of claps for Ms. Neha Singh, Chairperson and Managing Director, Tracxn Technologies Limited, and Mr. Abhishek Goel, Vice Chairman and Executive Director, Tracxn Technologies Limited. I will now request Neha and Abhishek to please present a memento in reciprocation to NSE, which will be received by Rachna ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You may please take your seat while Neha and Abhishek will express their gratitude in form of mementos, beginning with the BRLM, Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Head, Corporate Finance, IIFL Securities Limited. Let us also thank all those who have contributed in the success of this IPO. The registrar to the issue is Lincoln Time India Private Limited. Let us cheer loud. We have three legal advisors, Khaitan and Company, Jaisagar Associates, and Hogan, Lovello and Lee. Anybody? Well, then let's proceed to auditors. PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Let us also felicitate MG Consultancy, the practicing CS. I believe nobody is here from MG Consultancy. Thank you Neha and Abhishek. The vote of thanks will be proposed by Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya, Senior Vice President and Head, Corporate Finance, IIFL Securities Limited.
No, I think, thank you once again. I think a lot of people need to be thanked for this IPO, and I'll be very quick because the clock is ticking. But essentially, the company for giving us an opportunity to work with us, the broader team in the company, as I said in the intro speech, that a lot of effort was put in by them as well. Thank you all for putting on the long hours. I think the legal counsels to this, led by Orko and Jaisagar, Gautam and Khaitan and Company, as well as Biswajit and Kaustubh in Hogan Lovells. The auditors, PwC, for working with us even last year when there were lots of challenges, right? Or when we were migrating to a new system. Thank you once again. I think thank you to Harish Bhai and team from In Time. Thank you Lalit and team from Concept as well as the independent chartered accountant. I hope I am covering everybody, but thank you once again for working with us on this. Thank you.
You did cover everybody. I missed Concept, the agency. No, I missed. So can we have Neha and Abhishek please present Memento? Oh, all right, so let's do the bell ringing first. We'll do the Memento later. So Neha, Abhishek is here. Rachna ma'am, please. The entire team of Tracxn, can I invite you all please onto the stage? along with Mr. Pinak Rudra Bhattacharya. Ladies and gentlemen, half a minute to go. Please join me in cheering when the 10-second countdowns begins. तालियों की गूंज के साथ हम उस पल को सजाएंगे. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heartiest congratulations to Tracxn Technologies Limited on being listed officially. ढेर सारी बधाई और बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं. One nice group picture, moments to be treasured in the form of a photograph. यादगार पल हम सभी के लिए. And one important memento to be presented. The agency to the issue, Concept Communication Limited. Could I request Neha and Abhishek to please present a memento? आइए. So let us have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I have also been informed that we have a representative from MG Consulting, practicing CS. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude this event. Tea, coffee, refreshments have been arranged in the foyer inside. To my right, your left. This is Manasi taking your leave. Thank you for being a wonderfully lovely audience. Have a great day ahead.